All right, timeout, please. Hey, if you're seated next to someone you know you're going to be a jerk about, move right now. Okay, you're sitting next to someone you know you're going to be distracted, move right now. You guys made this deal. Here was the deal. The deal was Friday we were going to, it's on your own. Today we're going to do it all together. You may work ahead, but here's what you can't do, which is talk. No talking unless you're asking me a question. You're not messing around with the person next to you. Close the door, please. Somebody. Thank you. You're not messing around with the person next to you. All you're doing is talking to me, or you're being quiet. For those of you that want to get a good practice on this will give you a good practice. I will try to do this at normal pace so that you can see that you can finish the entire test in the given time frame. I'm not going to collect the homework from Friday. Thank you, Daly. I do not want those red sheets until student advisement. Can I have paper? All right.
I'm so sorry. I need a long hat.
No, you don't. I already have yours because you left it in this desk.
Okay, I thought I lost it.
You left it in my room.
I already have it.
Was it you? All right. Now I said that we were going to keep our mouths closed. So Sierra, turn around. I want you to try this all by yourself. Haley, you can already see it should already be shared with you on the form. Yes. No bathrooms. Yes.
I know how to do this. I don't know how to do something.
For what? Let's do this. Here we go. We're going to be quiet now. Put your hands. Great. So I should put the A in the grade book right now.
No, you shouldn't.
Okay, which is why we're going to practice this. Grab your pencils. Let's go. I said the test would have two parts. A non-calculated portion, you're looking at it. The last page, I will tear away. It will be on my desk. Once you're finished with this portion, so this is what's going to happen tomorrow, then you will come up to my desk and say, I'm done, and I will hand you the calculator portion. Do not, you can do that calculator portion if you know what you're doing in about 5 minutes. And I might be exaggerating. Like it's probably more like 3 minutes. There's going to be 4. You can flip to it right now. There's going to be 4 problems. You will not have a graph. It'll just be 2 equations that says use your graphing calculator to get to the answers. Okay. For those of you that know how to do this quickly, and I've seen some of you do it super quick, it's like 30 seconds. If you do not bring a calculator, you will fail. You must bring a graphing calculator. You must bring a graphing calculator. It is part of the test. Okay, make sure you have a conversation with me if something's an issue there. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get the whole thing done. The first question says solve by graphing without a graphing calculator. Haley, you can see this, yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here we go. Solve by graphing. We take our first equation right here. We plot the y-intercept +4. I'm going to do this quickly because this is at least the 20th time. Aiden, if I hear you talk one more time, stop the talking, grab your pencil, and get to work. You just spent an entire passing period doing something other than what you needed to do. Make sure you use your passing period to go to the bathroom. All right. The slope is found right here. Kaylee's mistake is that generally that she'll drop a negative. So don't do that. So the slope, I write it so I can see it as -1/3. Piper, your mistake is when you read this, you don't pay attention to what it's literally telling you. If you want to put words, D for down, so that's down 1 and right 3. I would highly recommend, she's not the only one, that some of you do that. Kaylee? How did I miss you? I said no talking. All right, here we go. So from that, I go down 1, right 3. There's my second dot. Notice there's no room to put any. Well, I can go up 1, left 3. I can put one more dot. Okay. The second equation, I'll do it in red. Second equation has a y-intercept of -2, so I put a dot on -2. For me, I'm going to write 5/3. So Piper, we're going to write what? It's not negative, so instead of going down, we're going to go U for up, and we're going to go right 3. So from that red dot, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 1, 2, 3. Oh, we found it. Boom, we're done. For those that are knowing what you're doing, this is about 20 seconds of work. About. Some people will do it in 10 seconds. Okay? It's not a race, but I'm saying this is not that challenge. Remember, the final answer, don't get that far and then screw it up. So the final answer is X. Well, the X value is 3. The Y value is 3. Oh, this one's easy. You can't mess that one up. So 3, 3. That is actually what the answer is that you need to circle. 3, 3. Questions? Aiden, you got the second one done? Do it right now. You get it right, you can go to the bathroom. Second one is unique because it doesn't, both equations don't say y equal. One of them says x equals 3 on your resource card, because some of you still won't remember this. I would put on your resource card, y equals k is a horizontal line. H, horizontal. X equals k is a vertical line. You can make a mistake on this one pretty easy if you make a mistake between horizontal and vertical. So one of the equations, the second one says x equals 3. X equals k, that's vertical. It means it's a vertical line at the x value 3. X value 3 is right here. There's x equal 3, and it says it's a vertical line. So it's a vertical line going through 3. First equation, the y-intercept is -2. Aiden, you got the answer?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know what how to do that.
Read it.
I don't know how to do that.
Just read me the answer.
-2 and 3.
Okay, let's see if he's right. So -2 is the y-intercept. So we put a dot on the y-intercept. We write the slope. Hey, it was the same slope as the previous one. Piper said that 5, since it's positive, means up. 3 means right. So up 5, right 3. Up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 3. We wind up right there.
That's what I got.
Read it. What does it say?
It says nothing. Oh. On 3, line 3.
It needs to be an X and a Y. 3, 3. You have 1 minute. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. You have 1 minute. All right. Questions?
Okay, I'm having trouble on getting the answer. I can do the graphing.
If you circle your answer, then I'll only take off 1 point if you can't write the answer.
Okay.
All right. Number 3. Hey, how many questions did I give you on the test? Flip through it. How many questions are there? There's 16 questions on the test. We've just done 2 of them in under 5 minutes. You got plenty of time to take this test.
Wait, this is a test?
Or not my math book, my book.
Oh, okay.
Find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Step number 1, first or second equation. It says, first equation, it says y-intercept of +4. We got a slope of 2/3. The 2 is positive. That means up. The 3 is positive. That means right. So up 2, I can't go up 2. So I'm going to write the opposite of each one of these. The opposite of 2 is -2. The opposite of 3 is -3. And then I'm going to rewrite, instead of being up, good job, Aiden. I'm going to go D, down. Instead of right 3, I'm going to go left 3. And then Piper, when you do this, look at them to think about down and left. So I go down 2, 1, 2, and then left 3. 1, 2, 3. And I can't fit any more dots than that. And those are, granted, one of those dots is the answer, by the way. All right, the second equation. Y-intercept is -2. Kaylee, don't drop your negative. It says -4/3. Kaylee's not the only one that will drop a negative, by the way. Piper, -4 means down, and +3 means right. So I go down 4, 1, 2. I don't have enough space, so we got to do the opposite. So I'm going to go a +4, that's the opposite of -4, and a -3, that's the opposite of 3. +4 means up, and -3 means left. So I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it is. There's your answer. -3, 2 is the answer. Just remember when you're practicing this tonight, the answers are on the last sheet of paper. If you want more practice with your graphing calculator, you can use these. Your graphing calculator cannot graph x equals a number. So if you're using these to practice that one that had the vertical line, you can't use your graphing calculator for that. All right, that's 3 out of 16. Number 4, hey, we got a y equals. Remember, y equals k is a horizontal line. Y equals k is a horizontal line. So I'm always, if there's a horizontal vertical line, I'm gonna draw that first. It says y equals -4. I'm on my y-axis, I find -4, and I know it's a horizontal line, so I draw a horizontal line through -4. First equation, the y-intercept is +1. Put a dot on +1. The slope is -5/3. So down 5, D for down, and R for 3, right 3. Let's see, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 3, 1, 2, 3. I wind up right here. And that looks to be at 3, -4. 3, -4. And that is all I will ask you for solve by graphing by hand. What is going on with my mouse? There we go.
Trying to get the apple.
I need to get something right. All right. Any questions on that? That is one of 3 sections. One of 3 sections. It's actually one of 4 if you count the graphing calculate part. Okay. Next one, substitution. We should only use substitution if one of the equations says y equals. They both say y equal, grab your graphing calculator or do it by hand. Okay, this one of the equations says y equal, the other one doesn't. So let's see. I see the y equals. That's what I'm going to substitute into the second equation any place that I see a y. I see a y right there. So I rewrite the second equation using that substitution. 2x, I'm not substituting for x, I'm substituting for y, plus 3, I'm just rewriting the second equation. Instead of writing y, I put parentheses, and then what's right here, -4x minus 24. -4x minus 24. Everyone that I've seen in the last week that we're doing this, this was not your mistake. You actually had this written quite well. No one forgot that it also says equals 8. That was good. I usually, occasionally, I shouldn't say occasionally, most years I see people, that's where their mistake comes in. Mistakes I'm seeing are the distributive property. If you need to write 2 arrows, put your 2 arrows, maybe one at a time. Slow down. So let's see, 2x. Chris, do the distributive property real quick. How about 3 times -4x? -12x. I don't know why you said 2 either. How about 3 times -24? Big number. -72 equals 28. Rowan, don't even think about it. Why did I say 28 when it's 8? Equals 8, sorry. Aiden, we're not talking. Last warning. You're in trouble next time. Combine your x's. Look, they're on the same side. 2x minus 12x is -10x. A lot of people at this point in your algebra knowledge might want to do 2 steps at once, and you could. Add 72 to both sides, and we would get 80. I just did 2 steps, and that's fine. I probably wouldn't do 3 steps. Does everybody understand what I just did there? I combine my x's and I add 72 to both sides. 2 steps in one. Divide both sides by -10 and we get x is equal to -8. I'm just dividing both sides by -10 and we get -8. Stop me if you're lost. There's your first substitution. Second substitution, you go back to either equation and you substitute in for x, the value -8. I'm going to use the first equation. It looks a little bit easier. I'll write that one in blue. So it says y, anytime I come to an x, I'm going to write a -8, is equal to -4 times x. We know x is -8. And minus 24. Negative times a negative is a positive, so we get y is equal to positive 32 minus 24. A little bit of quick math in your head. 32 minus 24 is 8. So we get y is equal to positive 8. Don't make it this far and then screw it up and write yx instead of xy. Xy would be negative 8, positive 8. Somebody look at the back, make sure I did that right. Is it negative 8, 8? There we go. There's your answer. Number 5. How many substitution problems did I give you? I gave you how many? 4 of them. Okay. Am I okay to clear this? Okay. None of them are any more challenging than that one. They're all the same. Sure. And I was even lazy and I set them up the same way each time, that the first one is solved for y. All right. I could give you one that's solved for x. All right, so it says if I see a y, I'm going to write 7x minus 13. So I rewrite the second equation, negative 5x. I'm not substituting for x, I'm substituting for y. Plus 3. But instead of writing y, I'm going to write what's in the box there. 7x minus 13. What's in the box? What's in the box? It's from a movie. And it's not a good movie. Not a good ending, I should say. Because it's his wife.
What movie is that?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it's that bad.
Wow.
It's Brad Pitt. I forget what it is.
Brad Pitt. He plays in that movie.
He's married to this lady, and then this serial killer does bad things to his wife.
Oh, and puts her
in a box. And then the saying that you'll hear adults say all the time, what's in the box? What's in the box? It's from that movie.
What's the movie called?
I don't remember.
Look it up then.
It wasn't that great of a
Have you
movie.
seen it on Netflix the Night Stalker?
I did. It was pretty good.
Were you alive during that time?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was in Alabama, which was close. Right. All right. Jeffrey Dahmer, same thing. Jeffrey Dahmer was in Florida when
He
I was
wasn't
there.
racist.
You know, Ted Bundy
Oh wait, no, Ted Bundy.
escaped from prison.
In Colorado. Crazy, right? Right.
Wait,
All right.
when?
Back up here. I meant Ted Bundy. I didn't mean Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was in like up north somewhere. Chicago, Detroit, something like that. But yeah, Ted Bundy was Colorado, and then he escaped and he went to Florida, and it was crazy. He was nuts. He was nuts. As is anyone who does those shocking things. Okay, here we go. Distributive property. So let's see. Negative 5x. 3 times 7x is 21x. And 3 times negative 13 is negative 39. And we're told that that equals 9. I'm going to combine my x's. 21x minus 5x. That would be 16x. And I'm going to be lazy and do 2 steps at once again. Add 39 to 9, and you get 48. Oh, no. Oh, no. 3 times 16 is 48. Okay. So we get x is equal to 3. And then I'll go back to the first one again. I'll go back to that equation, to that last one. Y is equal to 7 times 3, because I'm just substituting for x, the value 3, minus 13. So we get 21 minus 13, and that is 8, as Ari already told us. All right, xy would be 3 comma right, 3 comma right, 3 comma 8. Is that correct?
No.
All right.
I was just following what.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not doing any more substitution. I'm leaving 2 of them for you, or 4 of them for you to do. We are now going to swap to elimination. Eliminations will come in 2 flavors. There's the easy one like this one, and the more challenging ones like the last ones. Okay. All right, remember the basic rules for elimination. Our goal is to match either the Y's or the X's. If you're lucky, they'll already be matched at the very start. Hey, look, they're already matched. On the Y's, I got a 2 and a 2. You're like, no, one's positive, one negative. That's what actually we will like. When the signs are the same, you're going to subtract. When the signs are opposite, you're going to add. The signs are opposite. On Friday, when we were doing a couple of these, a couple people were thinking that I was saying the rules for adding, subtracting of positive and negative numbers. That's not what I'm saying. Those rules are same signs add, opposite signs subtract. But if I'm talking about for substitution or elimination, it's the opposite. Same signs mean you subtract. Opposite signs means you add. We're adding these suckers. Negative 4x to 3x is negative x. 27 and negative 30 is negative 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3. That's how quickly these easy ones are done. Now, that's half the answer. Now, I got to go back to either equation. I'll go to the second one. Go back to the second equation, and I substitute in for x the value 3. So 3, but this time our x is value 3. I get 2 3s. Minus 2y, and that equals 27. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 2y equal to 27. Subtract 9 from both sides, and we get negative 2y. If I subtract 9 from positive 27, I get 18. Some quick math there. So y is equal to negative 9. We okay? All I'm doing is dividing both sides by negative 2. Final answer, remember, is a point. So let's see, 3 comma negative 9. That is as easy as it gets for substitution or elimination, where the answer just kind of falls out. These come in much more challenging version. We'll do one of those. We okay, everybody? These come in much more challenging versions. Say, for instance, this one right here, number 11. All right, Sierra, tell me what to do. You want to match the X's or the Y's? She's going to match the Y's. So I need to turn them both into what number? 20. But we would like for one to be positive and one would be negative, and then we can add. If we don't, then we got to subtract and change all the signs. So how do you turn the bottom into positive 20? We're going to multiply the bottom equation times negative 2. Everything. If you make a mistake, it's that you forget to multiply everything. And generally, you see this negative 6, that's the one that you'll forget. You'll do the whole thing, but you'll forget to multiply it by negative 6. Make sure you're moving the pencil there, Aiden. Yeah. So if I multiply, well, I got to rewrite the first equation. So negative 16x minus 20, while all I'm doing is rewriting the first equation, equals negative 17. Multiply the second equation this time. I'm just rewriting the first equation, Rowan. Yeah. The bottom equation, the one I'm going to multiply by. So let's see, negative 2 times negative 8 is a positive 16. Oh, I can see what's going to happen here. So we get 16x plus 20y. Oh, you can see what's happening. You get a feel for what's happening? This one's either going to be an infinite or no solution one. And negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. When we add this, well, we get 0 on one side. On the other side, we get negative 5. That is clearly no solution. Aiden, move.
Is that a 0?
Well, that is me trying to write with the mouse. I still can't do it right. All right, that's not good enough for me, Aiden. It's not good enough for me. You're not going to be able to resist. I've already asked you 3 times to stop messing around. You haven't listened. Get your stuff and move. Okay. I'm going to claim that's a medium one. The more challenging ones are when you got to multiply both equations. Kaylee? Either sign is correct. And if you want infinite, you can put the infinity symbol as well too. All right. So I believe, is it number 12? Yeah, number 12 would be as hard as it gets on the test. So number 12 is hard because nothing matches, and I can't multiply one equation by one number and make a match. Okay. So I need to match both of them, Landon. So I need to match the x's. So what number am I going to turn the x's into? It's going to turn it into 2. We're going to multiply, not divide. I'm going to turn the x's into 48. That's a possibility. How about we use 24? It's a little bit easier. We could do that, right? If you're really trying to give it some thought, don't give it more than 5-10 seconds, right? You're looking for the smallest number. I would probably match the y's because it's smaller numbers, got to multiply. But instead of we multiply by, we want to turn the top and the bottom, the x's into 24. Landon, we're going to multiply the top times. We got to turn it into 24, the x's. 4, that's 32. 3, and with the bottom we would like to be, that's going to give you a negative 24. With the bottom we would like to be a positive 24. We're going to multiply the bottom times. That wouldn't match. Rowan, what's 3 times negative 8? 3 times negative 8. We want the bottom to turn into a 24, so we're not multiplying by a 3. A 4. And notice, that's going to give me a negative 24 on the top and a positive 24 on the bottom. That's what we want. I probably would have matched the y's, but it'll work either way. Now we got to do that math. So let's see, negative 24x. I'm multiplying the top equation first. I should see some pencils moving. 3 times negative 2y is negative 6y. Tristan, I should see some pencils moving. Come on, write it down. We're on number 12. And let's see, 3 times negative 28, that's what, negative 54, is that right? Negative 54? I believe that's right. No, 84. It really wanted to be an 8.
Is it a Y?
It is. Bottom equation, 6 times 4 is 24. Hey, look, we got matching. One's negative, one's positive. We like that. 4 times negative 3, negative 12y. And 4 times 12, let me at least get this one right, 48. Now we're going to add. Hey, the x's drop away if we're adding. The y's, be careful, same signs mean add, so negative 18y. And a negative 84 and a positive 48 is basically subtract those two. So let's see, 8 from 14 is a 6, 4 from 7 is a 3, 36. And it's more negatives than positives, so negative 36. Yeah. Well, let's finish it. Now what, Rylan? Okay. Negative 36 by negative 18, we get a 2. Now what, Rylan? We'll plug that value into either equation or those other two that we made. It's your choice. Okay. Bottom one right here. So we're going to let y be 2. So a lot of people would do that math in their head. Be careful. You can do it, but be careful. Well, I screwed that one up. Sorry. See how easy it is to make that mistake? Minus 3 times 2. This is what I was saying. A lot of people would just do that in their head. So right, minus 6. Okay. Equals 12. And I would be okay if you did that in your head. I mean, that's reasonable. So we get 6x minus 6 equals 12. Add 6 to both sides. We get 6x equals. Therefore, x is equal to. Why did I write 18? I meant 12 there. I'm making a lot of mistakes. I better slow down. So 6x equals, yeah, but I wrote 18. I was saying 18, but I was trying to write 12. Add 6 to both sides, okay? And then therefore x is equal to 3. Final answer is, don't make it this far and write it backwards. Negative, what? I got a positive 3. 3, positive 2. One last thing we got to do. All right. Some people, because they listened to me, have literally done the entire test while we were doing this. Other people have not. So grab your graphing calculators. Let's do 13. Let's make sure that we can do this. Grab your graphing calculators. Tomorrow, you got to bring a graphing calculator. Okay. You have to bring a graphing calculator.
I will clear mine and give it to her.
Grab a, no, you won't. There is no sharing of graphing calculators.
Okay, even if I
Right.
clear it in front of you.
Even if you put it in front of you.
So lucky. You get the good one. Like Mario.
In about a month from now, you guys will be taking the PSAT test, the practice SAT test, for free. People pay, I don't know how much it is,
Download it.
but it's like,
You download it?
stop. It's like 50 or 60 bucks to pay for yourself to have one of these. You're getting it for free. You'll be taking your PSAT test. The math portion of the PSAT test for 9th grade is meant to be taken with a graphing calculator, not a scientific, but meant to be taken with a graphing calculator. It is a requirement that you have that calculator take that test. For the people that, yep, going to college, I know I'm going to college, when you take your SAT or ACT, either one, the test is given with a graphing calculator. The purpose of us requiring you to have a graphing calculator is so that the first time you use your graphing calculator, just stop. Just stop. Put some seriousness in your studies,
I
please.
am.
Clearly that's not.
I'm waiting for 13.
Clearly that's not. Okay. The purpose of us requiring you to have a graphing calculator in science class and in freshman from on here is so that the first time you use your graphing calculator is not the day of the ACT, SAT test, right? You will be experts because, well, we designed it that way. You will know how to use your graphing calculator when you take your college entrance test. It won't be a surprise. It won't be, I don't know, this happened to my buddy, right, who borrowed a calculator. He didn't even know how to use it. He showed up on the test, and he did horrible on the math, even though he was pretty good at math, right? They don't put numbers that you can do in your head. They put numbers because they know you have a calculator in your hand. So when they graph something, it's not something you'll be able to graph by hand. All the other keys that you haven't even learned about, that you will as we go on, that's part of the graphing calculator package. All right, here we go. Graph those two with your graphing calculator. Number 13. Okay, so for fractions, here's how it's typed in. Open parentheses, type it in, so it's -2 divided by 3, close your parentheses,
Oh, I didn't do that.
x minus 2. That's how it should be typed in. This negative has to be the negative key.
Does it work either way?
It doesn't work either way.
Oh, okay, so I might just might be getting wrong answers.
So for the second one, it would be open parentheses, -8 divided by 3, close your parentheses, x plus 4. It turns out that you actually don't even have to hit the graph button if you don't want to. You can actually go immediately to calculate. As soon as you do calculate, it'll graph it for you.
I can do this if I
Not with those ugly fractions.
Not you fraction shaming.
If I make a graph.
If I gave you nice friendly numbers, I agree it is a possibility, but not with ugly fractions like that.
Yeah, we're just trying to do the first three. We're just trying to do this.
What do we get for an answer? You did not get 3 -4, and you are not asking me questions. Shame on you. Okay? If you ever run into any problems when you're graphing, maybe you use your calculator in science class, you're graphing something, maybe you use it in math class. What happens is the window, and by window it means the screen. If you hit the graph button and you get a line that looks like this and you don't see the second line, that means the window is not adjusted so that you can see where the two lines intersect like it normally shows. There's two things you hit. The zoom button, obviously, And then you either want Zoom standard STD or you want Zoom Fit. Either one of these are what you want in order for your window to show you where it is. Okay? That occasionally can be a problem, especially like I said, you do a science something next year, when you take physics and then you come to the algebra class and the windows aren't matching. There's a different way of doing it as well, using the window button. I don't teach freshmen how to use the window button, but I will teach it to you when you get to Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. But we don't mess with it. We just mess with the zoom button in Algebra 1. The window button is how you can literally force that window to go to a specific location. Okay? There's also a zoom in and zoom out. You could probably mess with that as well too. But zoom standard and zoom fit are the keys. All right, any questions? If you have not finished the test, right? Meaning I'm going to walk around and look. If you have not finished it, that's your job for the next 10 minutes. Right? If you finished it, right? Study for something else. Go to the bathroom.
Finally.
You got this?
How do I download Donkey Kong on there?
All right. You got to be able to do this. There's going to be 4 questions. Hey, I'm literally giving you 4 questions with a graphing calculator. There is 0 possibility that you can screw this up. 0, if you know what you're doing. There is 0 possibility to screw this up.
But then
However, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to mess up all 4 problems on something simple. This is like a Merry Christmas thing that I'm giving to you.
Why are they good numbers? Like
they are easy numbers. So I didn't want it to be, horrible because we were also doing some of the other ones.
we don't want to explode.
But notice I did give you ugly fractions so that you can't like literally just do it in your head. I also didn't give you a graph so you can do it by hand. Okay, so then you're going to go to see the word calculate right here, blue. So second calculate.
I'm gonna friend the people that design the test.
Want to go to intersection number 5. Scroll down and hit number 5. Either one. And then you're going to hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And there's your answer. Negative, positive 3, negative 4. Make sure you can do that all by yourself. These are easily, this is like 3 points.
Wait, I haven't done the parentheses one.
You
but I
have
see
to-
the same answers.
The issue here is that if you don't put the X there, it's going to use PEMDAX.
You like it downstairs? Why?
Why? Yeah. Why can't she just like it?
Tomorrow I got a 7th grader that has to lunch detention with me, and I forgot that you guys and they don't have lunch at the same time. So there'll be a 7th grader here doing detention with me during the test.
And they're gonna, can we say hi to him?
No, he smells bad.
He does. Did you not give him a talk about using the
He's actually one of the ones that doesn't smell bad. All right, hey, the instructions were, you're going to, if you haven't finished, which you know you haven't finished it, it's going to be out in front of you and you're going to be working on it. I am not collecting this. I never collect those.
I'm holding on my
You're good?
I'm okay with my life being a crisis, but I lose a rock. I have no problem.
These are not.
I have my grades.
There is no one to show you that.
I'm trying to catch where it is. I'm trying to catch where it is. I am behind you. Like,
It would have taken a little longer probably.
I'm excited about this. Yes, she's like one of the coolest. It's shiny. I think the best. It doesn't have to be lighter.
Ooh, are you gonna go with her?
So the only time you get those is the first of the time. Otherwise, it's still on.
Looking at it like that.
So now.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's nice. I took the scissors and went.
I know.
Right there, open.
We're supposed to do that.
Stop looking at the Yeah, no, I was legit sawing with your scalpel.
You're gonna cut through bone.
And then you were not doing it.
Do another one. Probably go to another one. Or was it-
Yeah, we'll go back to the.
Okay, Tristan.
That's like.
Tristan. Both of you, get your stuff out. Your last one's left now, because you're not listening to me.
Yeah, so I cut it.
If you don't want to listen to me, there's gonna be something to pay for. Come on, get your work done. And where's your
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
I wanted to go to the survivor.
We didn't argue.
You lazy, you do this one.
I was also thinking.
No. Okay, so the first thing so every time you say something, you get.
Aiden, you are last to go to lunch now. Turn around, work. Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, we had the lunch.
Don't be lazy.
Okay, but I already lost lunch, so like,
You didn't lose lunch.
you literally just said that. You said you lost going to lunch, so like,
You lost going first to lunch. What you gonna do? Substitution. Here's my recommendation.
That's a really good more chance of.
Go around with why is
Number three needs to be.
Oh my God, boogers.
I don't want to see no walk. No, you are. Please.
Roll.
Like get COVID.
I want you to stop. Don't do anything but just define it. That's what you're saying.
They're cool. They give you both.
Now when you rewrite the first equation, when you rewrite the first one, becomes the
They're just simple little tests. No, that's good. They can also do the total. No, the charm. They're like the screen. Click on that.
Oh, those are all for killers.
No.
minus 2. Then negative 2 times.
That's your daily. I'll show you later. I'll start my screen.
So you're left with negative 2. All variables drop away, just say something false.
No,
When all the variables, when all the variables go away, you're not going to say if we have all variables drop away, you're left with like 0. They're all done. All the substitution ones are done just like that.
I don't know how to do something.
You saw me do it 3 times. You even wrote what to do perfectly well. So do this for this one. Do it. The box is what you're substituting when you see the letter Y and the other one. The box is what you're going to write for Y for this one. So rewrite the first one.
It was, I laughed.
And no, what you have right there was right. That's why you're erasing. And when you get to a Y, you put parentheses, what's inside the box.
I tried to explain to my dad, he's like, what is wrong with you?
You don't get it. You don't get it.
No, you got distributive property. So 10x. Distributive property. Negative 2 times positive 5. X. Negative 2 times positive 1. Minus 2. Minus 2
That was the most aggressive game of Jam ever.
equals
I got
10x minus 10x. You can put another minus in
You were
it.
just screaming at each other the entire time.
They don't, you put a 0. So what are you left with? Equals true or false statement. If the variables typically they don't drop away, you're left with x equals 4 or something like that. But if the variables all drop away, you're left with a true statement, and the answer is if the variables drop away, this will only happen occasionally, but they will happen on the test. If the variables all drop away, you're left with a true statement or a false statement. If it's a false statement, negative 2 equals 10, no solution. But if it's a true statement, infinite solution. Check the answer, number 7. Do the next one the same way. Put the box around the, there you go. Rewrite the second equation. When you get to a y, you're going to write that with parentheses. Open parentheses, open parentheses. But you got to a y. Get rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Rewrite negative 7x. Now remember, this is really a negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 2x. Negative times a negative, positive 2x, so plus 2x. Negative 1 times negative 4. Plus 4. Equals. Negative 7x and positive 2x.
That's when
Opposite sign subtract. Negative 5x. Negative 5x plus 4 plus 4 equals 14. What are we doing to both sides? Subtract 4 from both sides. So we get negative 5x. Negative 5x. We subtract 4 from both sides. What are you left with? Equals.
You're gonna do this equals the higher they fly.
I'm subtracting 4 from both sides.
So you get your one encounters.
Tell me what you're subtracting.
Well, if you use it from both sides.
Both sides of the equal sign.
Oh, this one's hard.
Or you can just not get
Last step.
not the real trees.
What do we do both sides? Because it's attached by subtraction.
I'm getting one.
Divide.
By both sides by negative 5, so x is equal to.
I'm
Aiden. X is equal to negative 2. So there's halfway. Go back to either one. Which one do you want to use? Which one do you want to use? We're halfway there. We stopped right here because we got the answer. Now, but this time we got a number, so we got to go back to find out what y is. Substitute it. Which one do you want? When we get this answer, we go back to the first two and plug back in and find the other variables. All right, do it.
Oh, because I have my hospital.
Your hospital appointment.
It starts off with y equals.
And so they
And it says negative 2 times x, but I know what x is. X is negative 2.
every time they see each other, it's
I know what x is negative 2.
So if we rewrite the whole thing, we get to X and write the number. Now, we know what X is. What's X? So we need to write a -2. No, you didn't. That's the first negative. Three parentheses. -2 times -2. -4. Y equals 0. What's the final answer? You gotta be able to do that by yourself. And you're also allowed.
Wait, we're not credits.
This is last week. So is, all right, Aiden, Chris, and Tristan, stay behind. Everybody else go to lunch.
Mr.
We'll
Shardy.
be right there, Janet. We'll be right there.
No, we won't. No, we won't be right there. We're dead.
So that's not what we do.
I wasn't
Arrows are
gonna.
perfect. So what do you tell yourself you need to do?
We won't be right there.
But what is that letter right there? That letter. This letter. This says if you see the letter Y, you write 5x plus 1.
True story.
So if you see the letter Y, you're gonna write 5x plus 1. Y is right here, not there.
No, why?
So this
No,
arrow should be
not-
pointing to the Y.
no,
Because
because
that's
you were
what
being
it says,
rude
Y
to me all
equals
day,
Y
and you
equals Y.
said we
It could
had
say
that
X.
estimate.
No. Oh my God. No.
So we're gonna substitute
Oh,
X,
my
Y, but
goodness,
we're
you
gonna rewrite the
didn't answer it,
first
that's not why I
equation.
know.
So you're gonna write 10x minus 2
Dude, you're thinking
times
You're not trying to
5x
put
plus
it there.
1. That's the substitution.
I don't want
That was your mistake.
the D.
You notice that's what you did for this one.
Oh,
It says if you see the letter Y,
Is he
you
asking
write
what I
7x
did?
minus 3. Well, I see a Y right
When we
here.
work,
Your arrows are just not pointed. This one is
I
the
told
only
you
one
that.
you did right. See, you say if you see the letter Y, you write minus 4x. Well, there's a Y right there. So this arrow should be pointing from here down to Y. I mean, you may have done this one right. It's just that the arrow's pointing in the wrong direction. So if you see the letter Y, you write this. Well, so this goes to the letter Y. That's the substitution.
Yeah, I almost threw up.
So if you see the letter Y, you write that. Which you did. And that's what
I
that's why
got him
you
that
did
lesser breath. Like,
All right, on this one, if you see the letter Y, you can write 5 and the Y is right
Yo,
here.
you were trying to do that to me. I was like,
Can we go now?
No,
he wants to tell us something.
no, you're gonna be the last ones out. She's still here.
Oh.
Hurry up.
Maybe you should be better behaved, Chris. You be eating lunch right now.
I'm sorry.
I finished the last number.
If it makes you feel better, this is the first time I've actually ever had you.
oh, wow. Good old dude.
Wow, he's the package.
Mr. Chartier,
Haley, yes.
did you post the homework on Teams yet?
I'm pretty sure I did. I thought I did it this weekend. Let me check.
Right, I'm just eating here.
Yeah, he's just gonna eat in here while my bridge is sitting.
You got ramen? Oh, yeah, you got that smack way to make it.
Oh, I thought you said I broke it.
I didn't say you broke
I'm
Oh,
checking.
you did that.
Okay.
it. I said, did you break it?
So would it be 5x plus 1 parentheses 2y and then close
Like,
parentheses?
you treat me like how he treated
You liar.
So I'm gonna rewrite the
Yeah, like,
first
yeah.
equation,
No.
and when I get to the
Yeah,
Y,
you
I'm
should
gonna write
put some
5.
one noodle in your side potato for later. Just one noodle.
me. You should
You
I remember,
Oh, one day.
I'd be wondering how
Are you
he
almost
made it.
done?
Actually, I-
Hey, leave her alone.
So I blocked him on his account.
You got this. You need help?
Because he left me on it.
And now that you number 8, the bell's going off right now. Oh my gosh, I want me to go
I
eat
finished
my
number
food.
8 and 7.
Apparently, Haley, I did not.
Okay, that's what I thought, because
All right,
I
I'm
only
posting it.
test
I'm
practice.
posting it right now as we speak.
Okay.
Could you not rush?
Hey, step away from her.
I'm just
Investigate.
saying, I'm not talking to you. I just want.
Please,
Where is-
Piper, I don't want to actually.
No,
Chris,
shut up.
Chris,
Yes.
let her finish. Are you annoying like this to her all the time?
No.
All right.
Just when I'm hungry. Something got put in my water and I almost threw up. It was like yellow.
It was probably
In
the-
class, I like accidentally spilled on the floor. It was so nasty. No, it was like slime.
Oh, that was me.
I thought it was Donkey Kong, not Donkey King.
That's I just threw up
Well,
almost.
Nintendo owns that, so if for
Oh my god.
Lego to do that, they would have to have copyright violation.
So 10 minus 10 is 0. So how would I
Bye.
put this? It's 0. If I can do
I
this.
want
Yeah, you just be 5x plus 1.
What do you get for lunch?
But you were right in the fact that it would be, so that would make that an x 10x. So you get 10x minus 10x, which is, so you get negative 2 not positive 2. So you get negative 2 is equal to negative 2. And hey, this is one of the ones where all the variables drop away and you're left with either a true or false statement. So is that true or false?
It turns into 0.
Agree, but I'm saying one side says negative 2 and the other side says negative 2. So is that true or false?
True.
So therefore it is that one of those infinite or no solutions?
Infinite.
That's an infinite. If it's true, then it's infinite solutions. Algebra 1. Chapter 9. Practice test. Number 2. Right here.
And you said the test is tomorrow?
Test is tomorrow. I mean, I can already see it right there. Stop it, Chris.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's posted now.
Okay.
Thanks for pointing that out for me.
Yeah, I would have pointed it out earlier, but our class was
Somebody,
obnoxious.
was that you? Yeah, I saw the chat, but I wasn't looking at it while I was teaching.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Catch you later, Haley.
Yep.